So here's the thing. Hi, y'all. Um, Interesting day. Um, Friday was my last day at work for a week. I have a week off. And I've been trying to figure out what to do because I'm taking vacation because I got to burn it. And so I had found in earlier cleanings, I'd found four journals, none of them complete. Actually, one was complete. And so I decided to kind of revisit that today, and and look at some of the things that I've written, God, over the past 35 years. Because the first journal starts in 1985, right before I moved to Texas. When I was in the closet and scared, afraid people were going to find out. There are writings about some of my sexual awakening, some experiences that, frankly, I'd forgotten the details. So I'm glad that I wrote it down. And it's interesting. I found another piece of writing that I did telling a story about a great love that I had, and just kind of talking through it and putting it on paper. So I decided I think that's what I'm going to do this week is kind of collect some thoughts on paper. It's very interesting that ironically it happened today that I would because a lot of obviously a lot of particularly in my youth was about love, finding love, understanding sex, and understanding what it meant to be a gay man at the end of the 20th century. And it's interesting that I reread all of this stuff on the last Sunday in June because the last Sunday in June is typically Pride Day. It's now Pride Month, but the last Sunday in June is when parades happen and when you are very proud of who you are. So it's very interesting to read my 20-year-old self and wondering where I'd be. I don't know that I got where I thought I would be, but I am obviously an out and proud gay man. Oh, pardon me. And I don't know, it's interesting. So this kind of, I think I'm going to take this week for some self-reflection and to try to figure out who I am and who I want to be. It's interesting. I found some notes about Jed and Tim leaving and talking about how Jed's been my friend for 10 years, and that was 15 years ago. It's weird. I'm feeling very self reflective. We are about to be on Tuesday. It's going to be happy half a New Year's Eve. The half of 2020 is over, and and I've got some friends that have some really interesting irons in the fire. Nothing I can talk about right now, but I'm hoping the best for them. And so I've decided to take a turn in 2020 because this year fucking sucks. Let's be clear. But maybe the second half is a chance for me to kind of refocus, reflect on what I want for the rest of this life. Because I'm very aware that I was reading something from 35 years ago, and I don't know if I wrote something today that I'll be able to read it 35 years from now. Because for God's sakes, I'll be 90. So I don't know. I got very self-reflective today about where I've been and more importantly about where I want to go. So wish me luck. I'm going to try to figure some things out. To just give it the honest reflection that I need to and figure out what the fuck the rest of 2020 looks like and what in the fuck the rest of this life looks like. Because I think it needs to be different. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. One of the coolest little odd things is back in 1985 when I first moved here, I was in love with this boy named Tim. And I remember him very well. And reading about my pining for him when he obviously wasn't that interested made me laugh. But our first real date together was to see BJ Cleveland in a chorus line. And I didn't even know BJ then. So I think that's very funny. Ah, the circle of life. Okay, folks, please stay safe. Wear a fucking mask. Wash your hands and do better.